Alrighty.
I got a glider.
Yeah, man.
I got a harness.
You got a camera and a microphone. Do you have two
Got a-
turntables?
Got a carabiner. Locked.
It's enough wind to do a top launch.
Well, we don't encourage that kind of behavior.
I know. I was waiting for your comment on that. I was waiting for that. I knew it was coming.
Increased risk. We don't. We stack the deck in the pilot's favor in the beginning years. After that, they can get intermediate syndrome and be their own worst enemy. What is that thing? Okay, here we are.
Yeah, man. Nice evening condition.
The key to ground handling is controlling the angle of attack. Oh, it's baby butt smooth, so it's pretty trouble-free. All right. Goodness, we got a little bit of overgrowth here. That's okay, so. All right. We're here on launch. What we want is consistent conditions. We want to gauge, somewhat predict that we're going to be away from the hill before any adverse conditions cross our path. Due to the fact that the sun is pretty low and it's late in the afternoon, I think it's pretty darn, it's going to be smooth sailing from here on out. So we do have a positive connection to the glider. Like always, wings level, eyes out. Good. Fly. We're going to fly straight away from the hill. No turns. So, you may be flying with a cocoon harness. Rule number 1 is fly the glider. Fly the glider. Mess with the harness if you have spare time. So, fly the glider straight away from the hill. Get in your harness and continue straight away. We're going to aim towards the 750 here in a minute. Keeping a nice straight path. You know, we can do some gradual turns to sort of dial into the roll rate of the glider. There's our 750 right there, the round turnout. Very smooth, very smooth. Occasionally we're gonna ease up, well, in fact almost take our hands completely off the bar, let the bar seat trim. Make sure we're not flying too fast or too slow for that matter. If you're flying too fast, you're giving away your flight time for speed. You don't need speed. You need flight time and experience right now. Also, another thing to remember is like, never push out unless you're in a bank turn or landing. So we're going to enter come into this complex right here, Cloud Peak. From this point, we're going to just do a series of S turns, staying in front of the hill, keeping in mind the closer we get to the landing area, the closer we stay to the shorter our S turns are. So imagine a cone that ends at the landing area. We'll go, the closer we get, the lower we get, the less east and west we're going to travel from the landing area. Note the wind streaks on the reservoir, showing a southwest wind. There's our 750. There's the landing area in the pond. Very nice, just smooth, back and forth. We're checking for air traffic. We're looking for people, mainly for people who are going to be in our direct path at our same altitude. So if someone's at the more or less the same altitude as you, and it's like the end of day, odds are they're going to be landing about the same time as you. So you can seize the opportunity to create vertical separation, which is separation in time when it comes down to it. Our landing area perpendicular to us. We're always turning away from the hill. Away from the hill. Checking occasionally our trim speed. Not too slow, not too fast. Just a series of S-turns till we descend into the pattern. Andy Jackson Air Park. Looks like the SOC is indicating a southwest, about 5. So what we're aiming for is we want to be heading east. This is the direction we're heading right now, at an altitude that is below the 750 turnout, and yet above those 400 AGL launches. There's little rectangles that are directly below us right there. See them? We want to be between those two launches and heading east along behind this tree line right here. Coincidentally, it's right along the San Andreas Fault. We're still well above the 750 launch. Pretty buoyant out here. Got a ways to go. Yeah, remember, we're not going to go less. We're not going to get so far away on the east and west from the landing area the lower we get. You don't want to be downwind. Downwind, you don't want to be low and downwind on as you're trying to get back to the landing area, because your glide's diminished. Okay, look at that. So we've just now gotten to the level of the 750. We're 750 above the landing area level. We'll go a little bit further out. The 400 right below us. We're in good position right now. Let's get a little bit lower. It's pretty buoyant, floaty. Always keep an eye. I'm going to check the wind. See, we got a little west-southwest. Oh, a little less than 5, I guess. Okay, so there's our 400. I'll get a little bit lower. Pretty floaty. All right, good. Now we're a little bit, we'll get behind the trees here. There's a pond. 750 above, 400s below. We're gonna aim for these little, the cisterns here, these water vessels. I painted a red and white pattern on the one. You should be able to see it pretty clearly. That's gonna tell us where to turn upwind towards the university. We're gonna go right around that cistern right there. Head towards those 2 white tanks. Right below us is the slope indicator, the white stick and the red and white diamond sign. We're in a good position here, so we want to be able to look over our right shoulder and see that sign and the sticks while heading towards the university. Those 2 white tanks is a pretty good aim point. See, we're still a little bit high. We want to turn downwind when the stick is directly in the middle of the red and the white diamonds. Still a little bit high. If it turns out you're too high and you're, we also don't want to get too far away from the end of the landing field. So, turns out you're getting close to the landing field, you can turn a 90 and do a wide turn. Okay, now there we are, right on the mark. We're going to transition to our base tube, kick our feet out of the harness, and fly a speed that will keep us on the glide slope. A little bit high, but that's okay. Now, we're obviously going to turn left before we hit the hill. Oh, southwest wind. Well, a little bit more west than that, but we'll come in right above the training hill. Feet out on the uprights. We're adding speed. Add speed, good. Oh look, right into the wind. Hands up. Game over. Clear the field. Pronto, in case somebody's coming in right behind you. What?